Well, starting with some breaking news which is coming in, wherein actor Richa Chadha is facing the ire on social media after she retweeted and perhaps mocked the army and insulted Galwan martyrs. Well, actor Richa Chadha is has once again landed in this soup, wherein she has stoked a controversy by tweeting on the 2020 Galwan clash. Bringing in my colleague Mohit for more on this. Mohit, we heard the army yesterday and their stand as far as POK is concerned. However, Richa Chadha perhaps retweeted saying Galwan says hi. Of course, she is now being trolled on social media, and once again it is not coming out as a good message.
Well, you see, it's not about being told, it's about respecting your army. We know for a fact that how our soldiers fought with the Chinese despite being less in number. They gave them a tough fight. Many of the Chinese soldiers were killed. But China never accepted the fact that their soldiers were killed. But India has always given respect to our soldiers, be it alive or dead. And India accepted the fact that, yes, our soldiers fought with them and they died. But the question is that Galwan was a case in which Indian soldiers fought with the Chinese and many of our soldiers died. And Richa Chadha mocking Galwan is something which is very shocking, and it should be condemned from all the faces. Now, it's not about politics, it's about army, and it's about the sacrifice of our soldiers. Now, yesterday, Northern Army Commander-Chief made a statement, and I would like to read out the statement that we are fully prepared to take back POK from Pakistan. And this is what India has been saying for a long time, that POK is part of India. And now, we are waiting for the orders of the government. We will complete the operation quickly. Before that, the Pakistan is violating ceasefire. The answer will be different, even they cannot imagine. Now, this tweet was quoted by Richa Chadha, and she goes on to say, Galwan says hi. So, is she trying to mock the sacrifice of Indian soldiers in Galwan? This is something which has not gone down well with people from every sphere, the activists, the veterans, the leaders, the political class. They have all come out and they have condemned the tweet that was being done by Richa Chadha. And look at the audacity. She has still not removed that particular tweet. So, we have to wait and watch what exactly would be the response from Richa Chadha, because veterans, activists, BJP leaders, they're all coming out and condemning the tweet of Richa Chadha, saying that it's very demeaning for the Indian army.
Well, of course, the actor has found herself in the middle of a new controversy after her latest tweet, which has now upset a section of social media users. Mohit, stay with us. Let me also rope in my colleague Aditi, who is joining us in the newsroom and is going to take us through the tweet and, of course, the kind of reactions which are pouring in. Over to you, Aditi.
Well, we have this tweet. This is the tweet which is getting so much criticism from different parts of the society. Richa Chadha says, Galwan says hi. Now, this is in response to Commanding-in-Chief Northern Command's tweet, where he says, we are the comment which is made by Commanding-in-Chief, that where he says that we are fully prepared to take back POK from Pakistan. We are waiting the orders from the government. We will complete the operation quickly. Before that, if Pakistan is violating ceasefire, the answer will be different. Even they cannot imagine. Now, over this tweet, she has reacted saying, Galwan says hi. Now, back in 2020, Indian soldiers clashed with Chinese soldiers, in which at least 20 Indian soldiers lost their lives. Now, this incident that she is trying to quote over here is not actually the right thing that she has done.
All right. Thank you, Aditi. And Mohit, now we just saw the tweet wherein she has, of course, responded to the remark that was being made by the Indian army. And perhaps this particular tweet has made all the sleeping hashtags against Bollywood rise again, which is boycott Bollywood. And it is to be seen that being an actor and a known face, a known name, you should always maintain a caution when it comes to speaking over such topics which are very much, of course, crucial and also important to not only one individual but the entire nation. Mohit.
Well, yes, could you please repeat your question?
Yes, so as we just went through the kind of reactions also which are pouring in, hashtag boycott Bollywood has once again started to trend.
Yes.
And with this kind of statement coming in from a known face, from a known name like Richa Chadha, it is of course going to perhaps add fuel to the fire.
Well, you see, Shivya, you can have your political ideologies with the ruling dispensation, but when it comes to army, you need to support our army in every case. Now, what wrong did the Northern Commander-Chief said? He said that POK will be taken over by India. They're waiting for the government's order, and if Pakistan will again try to infringe into our territory, we will give a befitting reply. So what's wrong in that? That has been the stand of the Indian army for a long time, or perhaps for every country's army. But then Richa Chadha comes out and she quotes that tweet and says, Galwan says hi. So is she trying to mock the sacrifice of Indian soldiers with this particular tweet? Is she trying to say that the Indian soldiers died, and she's trying to be sarcastic on this? She needs to understand that how in a very brave manner, Indian soldiers fought with the Chinese in the Galwan Valley. Despite the difficult terrain over there, Indian soldiers were hand.
Stay with us. I'll come back to you. Let me also bring in Arasan Singh over the phone lines. Good morning and thank you for speaking to Times Now. As far as the latest tweet from Richa Chadha is concerned, she has responded to a statement which was being made by the Indian Army over POK, wherein she says, and I quote, Galwan says hi. Now, this has, of course, struck reactions all over the social media. The actress is now facing ire over the same. What are your thoughts?
No, she is stretching slang English, to a very ugly extent. Firstly, she's a typical, typical citizen of this country, imbued with negativity. She does not know what happened in Galwan. She is not aware that almost 100 Chinese were killed. If she's, I think, from the media, from the glamour world. Please show her the photographs of the graves, if at all she knows counting. I suppose she must, she would be knowing how to count from 1 to 100. If she counts that, she won't have, she won't be able to, pass this kind of unsavory, ugly and total negative comment. And these are the kind of people which this country doesn't deserve, actually.
Well, thank you, Mr. Singh, for sharing your views over the same, as of course we track more and more reactions which are now pouring in on the social media. Let me also bring in Aditi back on this. Aditi, take us through all the reactions which you are tracking right now.
Well, Shivya, the first reaction that I'm going to quote is over here. Ashoke Pandit reacting to Richa Chadha's statement. He says, one of the urban Naxals and apologist in the film industry, Richa Chadha, is mocking the ultimate sacrifice of our brave soldiers from Galwan. Shame on her. जवानों का मजाक उड़ाने वालों को यह देश और कुदरत कभी माफ नहीं करेगा. And then not just Ashoke Pandit, but several people are condemning the statement by Richa Chadha. Look at over here. Richa Chadha is also trending, by the way, for her comments.
All right. Sorry, Aditi, for interrupting in between. I'll come back to you to track all those reactions. But let me welcome Ashoke Pandit over the phone line on the same. Mr. Pandit, now, of course, as far as Richa Chadha's tweet is concerned, they have made all the sleeping hashtags against Bollywood rise once again. She's facing ire over the tweet that has been done by her over the kind of statement that was being given by the Indian Army, and wherein she has said that Galwan says hi. Your first reaction?
I condemn this statement of Richa Chadha, who has been a constant abuser of nationalist forces of this country. It's a fashion these days that certain people who are part of the industry have been issuing such silly statements against the army. They are the people who had asked proofs from the army when the Balakot thing happened, So these are the people who I don't know because of who incites them, who is behind them, that they abuse those Jawans of ours who protect us, who see to it that we are alive. If Richa Chadha is alive today, if she is capable of issuing such nonsensical statements, is only because the soldiers have protected her. Otherwise, she would have not been alive. So these members of the Urban Naxal gang, the Tukde gang, just because they are hate towards Narendra Modi, they have been abusers of all the nationalist forces, all those who protect our country, all those forces who talk about our country, who take pride in being Indians. So this entire gang of Tupre gang and the urban axles have been constantly doing this mischief. So I appeal to the system of this country, to the government of especially Maharashtra, because she lives in Mumbai, that a serious action should be taken against her. Some kind of action should be taken against her so that others don't follow this abuses. The country cannot take this nonsense. The country is hurt. That's why you're seeing the kind of rage against her, which has, which has been seen on the social media against her. And she should apologize. She should apologize to the country. She should apologize to the nationalist forces. She should apologize to the security forces. These are the soldiers. It's an insult to the families of security forces. It is an insult to the families who have sacrificed their breadwinners for the country. What right does this woman have? Just because she's an actress, she can talk anything against anyone?
And well, that is the kind of anger we are witnessing right now all over the social media as well. Thank you, Mr. Pandit, for sharing your views. And that is a chorus wherein it is being said that the actress must apologize. Now, the BJP has also come forward slamming actor Richa Chadha over her tweet. So first of all, let's dip into this reaction.
कि एक बॉलीवुड की थर्ड ग्रेडेड कलाकार है और हमेशा ही भारत के खिलाफ आपत्तिजनक ट्वीट करने में वो सबसे आगे रहती हैं और कांग्रेस समर्थक है, राहुल गांधी की उपासक है। ऐसी ऋचा चड्ढा ने फिर से एक बार भारत की सेना को अपमानित करने का काम किया है। जब भारतीय सेना के उत्तरी कमांडर से ये पूछा गया कि पीओ के बारे में आपकी क्या रणनीति, और उन्होंने ये कहा कि जब भी हमें देश होगा हम पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर के ऊपर हमला कर उसको वापस अपने साथ ला सकते हैं। ऐसे में ऋचा चड्ढा उस भारतीय सेना का अपमान करे, उनको।
Let me also bring in Colonel V.N. Thapar over the phone line for more on this. Thank you, sir, and very good morning to you. Now, as far as the latest tweet from Richa Chadha is concerned, wherein she says, Galwan says hi, this in response to the statement from the Indian Army over POK, your first reaction, as we are seeing that the actress is, of course, facing ire over her tweet. And not to forget that when it comes to Galwan, it is a sensitive topic which not only concerns me or you, perhaps every individual, including the actress herself.
Yeah, actually, I feel that these kind of tweets, trolls rather, they should be ignored altogether. It is the media that is giving hype to these guys. And unnecessary controversies come up. As far as the matter of the chief saying something, well, it is always correct that when we get the orders, we will do. I don't think we should discuss this matter further, because irresponsible people are there, and they can only dent the image of the army by this kind of a discussion. So I think best is to be these things be ignored altogether and be used for facts which they deserve to be. So that is my opinion.
Well, also, when we speak of Bollywood, Colonel Thapar, it has a very crucial place when it comes to the Indian industry. Now, with this kind of statement coming in from a known face, from a known name, it is kind of perhaps, do you see, those kind of statements which are now coming in, it perhaps dents the image of the Bollywood and the crucial role which it is supposed to play in the society?
Well, Bollywood is there to make money, you know. They can make money on my son's story. They'll make some movie and make money and just forget about it. I mean, that is and therefore they want to be in publicity by good or bad acts of theirs. You know, this is a very wicked kind of a thing to say. And I dare say that the authorities must take some action on it so that everybody doesn't open a very big trap and start talking anything that they want. This woman should be sent to Galwan for a few days, and she will come to know what it is like and what the Indian Army is doing over there. This disrespect for the Army emanates from sheer lack of understanding of what the Army is doing. And the authorities must crack down on her. I mean, she may be a great actress, but she's not here to damage the interests of the country. That is the paramount thing. And these kind of trolls, they are distracting.
Well, thank you, Mr. Thakur, for sharing all those insights of yours. But as far as the reaction on the social media is concerned, hashtag boycott Bollywood has once again started to trend. Let me bring in Aditi back on this. Aditi, as we were tracking all the kind of reactions all over the social media, can you take us through all of them?
Shivya, the boycott Bollywood trend that has been surfacing again and again and has been hampering the Bollywood industry is once again active. Now look at over here the tweet. People are actually condemning all the statements regarding Bollywood actors whenever they try to mock Indian Army, and this is one of the reaction. Flop Bollywood actress Richa Chadha mocks Indian Army with a Galwan taunt after they said they can take back POK from Pakistan. Now, people are calling out the Bollywood celebrities who have been time and again insulting Indian Army. These shameless Bollywood actors are unfit to live in any civilized society, and therefore time has come to again boycott Bollywood. Not just this reaction, there are thousands of reactions. People are calling out Richa Chadha for her insensitive comment on the Galwan Valley. Look at over here. Richa Chadha, wife of Ali Afzal, mocked Indian Army glory and valor at Galwan. Squalid role of Urdu Wood knows her career in Urdu Wood is over. Now these homies are in pursuit of new careers from politics to activism. She can now join Pappu Bharat Jodo Yatra. This is another jibe at Rahul Gandhi's that she is influenced with Congress party. Now flop Congress. Now a lot of reactions are coming on this just simple comment. Let me take you back again to what Richa Chadha said. Richa Chadha said, Galwan says hi on a quoted tweet that we are fully prepared to take back POK from Pakistan. We are waiting the orders from the government. We will complete the operation quickly. Before that, if Pakistan is violating ceasefire, the answer will be different. Even they cannot imagine. This was what Commanding-in-Chief Northern Command of the Indian Army said.
Well, of course, those are the reactions which are now started coming in all over the social media, wherein now there is a chorus, Mohit, that the actress must apologize, as the people, of course, are slamming her for the kind of insult that she has made to our forces.
Several activists, several BJP leaders and veterans are coming out and saying that Richa Chadha has insulted the Indian Army. She might have her own political ideology. She might come and oppose the government, but opposing and mocking army in such a way, this is something which is not acceptable. We see that the social media has come out where people are trolling her for her statement. And also the question is that why exactly she had to bring in the issue of Galwan. It was the Northern Army commander who was talking about POK. Remember, India has always maintained that the POK is part of India, and whenever the government orders, the commander said we will take action. And if Pakistan is trying to again ensure that they are trying to infringe into our territory, an action would be taken. So what is wrong that the Northern Army commander has said that Richa Chadha had to say? Galwan says hi. Why is she mocking?
Mohit, stay with us. I'll come back to you. Pranesh, my colleague, is also joining us from the newsroom. Pranesh, good morning. And as far as this tweet is concerned, and of course when we speak about Galwan clash, we know what happened, and it is of course a sensitive topic which not only concerns you and me, but every individual in this country, and it also includes the actress herself.
You know, Shivya, I want to begin by putting a thought in our viewers' mind. There are no retakes at the border. When the soldiers are fighting the enemy on the other side, at the line of control or at the international border, there are no retakes. There are no directors, there are no dialogues, there is no production crew there taking care of the soldiers, and there is no vanity van, which is why it is important to understand what a soldier goes through, what the soldier's family goes through. This comment, the three words that she has put out, or two, if you may, these two words are so hurtful that I can't even begin to tell you. This undermines the sacrifice of all those people who put their neck on the line so that all of us are safe. They are on the borders so that we can here make films, go watch films, tweet whatever we want to. This undermines their contribution to the nation plain and simple, Richa Chadha has mocked not just the Jawans, but also the armed forces and the people associated with them, by which I mean not just the government and other organizations, but also the family members. Now spare a thought for the family members of the Galwan martyrs. If they are watching this broadcast on Times Now, or if they have read the tweet of Richa Chadha, "Hi Galwan," how would they feel when the Prime Minister of the country, no less, says that our soldiers went down fighting? His exact words were, "Marte marte mare hain." This is the Prime Minister on record. PM Modi said this about what happened in Galwan. "Marte marte mare hain." Our soldiers gave a befitting reply to the Chinese provocation. And this was not the first instance. Which is why Richa Chadha's tweet is not just in bad taste, it is abhorrent. And it borders something that I don't want to say. Richa Chadha should just apologize. And the apology should be heartfelt. It does not have to be a cosmetic, no pun intended, it does not have to be a cosmetic apology. Richa Chadha must apologize, Shivya.
Yes, of course. Well, that is the chorus, Pranesh. And as you pointed out, that is the chorus that we can hear over this issue. But let me also bring in Manjinder Singh Sirsa over the phone line. Sir, good morning and thank you for speaking to Times Now. Of course, the actress is currently facing ire over her tweet wherein she said, and I quote, "Galwan says hi." Well, not to forget that Galwan is still a part of India and is being protected by our brave Jawans.
देखिए, इट इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट दी गलवान, इट्स अबाउट द इंडियन आर्मी. एक ये रिचा चड्ढा जो है ये कांग्रेस की समर्थक है. हमेशा ही जो कांग्रेस की भावना रहती है देश के प्रति, जिस तरह की दुर्भावना इनफेक्ट रहती है, उसी तरह इसकी रहती है. ये बार बार इसने कंट्रोवर्शियल ट्वीट किए. और अब ये कह देना हमारे जवानों के प्रति, जब उनसे ये पूछा गया कि पीओके के बारे में आपका क्या विचार है और हमारे जवानों में आप देखिए कितना जोश है. वो कहते हैं कि जिस दिन हमें सरकार आदेश करेगी उस दिन पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर भारत का हिस्सा होगा. और हमारे ही देश के अंदर बैठे देश के गद्दार ऐसी बातें लिखें कि हमें गलवान याद कराएं. गलवान भी जो है हमारा गौरवमय इतिहास है. उस गलवान में भी हमारे 20 जवान शहीद जरूर हुए, लेकिन हमने विरोधियों के खाली हाथों से कितने लोगों को शहीद किया, मारने का काम किया हमारे शहीदों ने. और एक सिख जो उनमें शहीद हुआ उसने 12 से ज्यादा लोग मारे और देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इस बात की जानकारी देश को दी. वो भी हमारा गौरवमय इतिहास है. लेकिन ये घटिया मानसिकता के लोग, थर्ड रेटेड एक कलाकार जो हैं, ये अपनी शोहरत देने के लिए और कांग्रेस को अपने आप में बड़ा बताने के लिए ऐसी घटिया हरकतें करने से बाज नहीं आती. इसलिए मैंने महाराष्ट्र पुलिस से आग्रह किया है, मुंबई पुलिस से इनके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई कीजिए, मुकदमा दर्ज किया जाए, ताकि हमारी भारतीय सेना गौरवमय सेना के खिलाफ कभी बोलने की हिम्मत ना कर सके.
जी शुक्रिया सिरसा जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए और अपने व्यूज शेयर करने के लिए. लेट मी ऑल्सो ब्रिंग इन लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल के सिन्हा ओवर द फोन लाइन. सर, गुड मॉर्निंग एंड थैंक यू फॉर स्पीकिंग टू टाइम्स नाउ. Of course, the actress is facing ire over her tweet and it is now being seen as a bit to undermine the valor, the sacrifice of our brave Jawans who are there day and night at the border protecting our country. Your first reaction?
It is a very serious matter, and one of this type of tweets, which when it comes, it's not only against a particular action which has taken place, but it is also against the nation. Why I'm saying this? Because Galwan is one incident which is absolutely against the China. China got exposed on what they wanted to do, expansionism. This bravery by Suresh Babu and its 19 soldiers who was with him barehanded, more than double than the strength they were able to eliminate of Chinese. And actually, it is a golden chapter of Indian Army. This has stopped the Chinese, that overall design. If anyone is tweeting, then they are supporting China's concern. What the China wants to do it, the China want to expand, and have the hegemonic behavior in this area. It is not a small tweet against, against this 20 soldiers or the officer who has carried out the sacrifice. It is against the Indian Army.
Right.
He's facing all challenges in this area. And what is, why when the tweet comes, it just
Right. Well, of course, as far as Indian Army is concerned, they are putting all their efforts just to save the country and to protect each one of us. Well, thank you, sir, for sharing your views. And thank you, Pranesh and Mohit, for joining in. But that remains the top focus of this hour. We'll be back with a short break.